Hey everybody, today is the 7th anniversary to the Neo Geo thread over at Atari Age. Charlie Cat wanted me to make a video for the occasion. The only thing I could think of was doing a collection video. I would have wanted to do a 1 credit clear of Cyberlip, but I don't have that game. So, I'm going to start with the first Neo Geo system I got. Start with this one because it was the cheapest, the Geo Pocket Color. Now I remember I got this on 2016 Christmas Eve. Almost didn't get it on Christmas Eve. It came in the mail. I was coming home. I saw the sticker on the door said to come pick it up. So I quickly got in the car and looked around for the mailman, which I found he was a block away, and I asked him if he had my package, and he did. So I got it on Christmas Eve, as opposed to waiting to past Christmas to finally get it. And the first game I got is Dark Arms. It looked unique, looking at the YouTube videos of all the games on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Yeah, and it was only $6 plus shipping, so it was, I got the receipt over here. Alright, here we go. $10.52 altogether with shipping. Yep, don't have any video game stores by me that sell all this old stuff, so a lot of the money goes into shipping. Otherwise, they'd be even cheaper. Yeah, there we go. 2016. Only got 6 games so far. We got the 2 Card Fighters Clash games. Now the rainbow means it came from Europe. Well, this one was from America, as you can tell by the ESRB rating. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe since this didn't do too well in America, I think they took some of the American games and shipped them over to Europe where it did a little bit better. I'm not 100% sure on that, so anybody living in Europe can easily tell if they did that with the ESRB rating if you bought them. Got the SNK versus Capcom. If it was on another system, it would be Capcom versus SNK. Got Metal Slug First Mission. Sonic Pocket Adventure. Yeah, although it didn't do too well in America, it was definitely heavily advertised in comparison to the other systems of SNK. But even with the advertising, it didn't do too well. I don't know anybody who had this when it came out. Now the next system I got was the Neo Geo CD. This one was, I think I got for somewhere around $200. Yeah, this was back when I was monetized here on YouTube. That was my biggest paycheck. That it was over $200 and something. But I'm not monetized now. Obviously, they didn't like my politics, so I got canceled. And I have advised YouTube against those discriminatory practices. In some of the comments, I said, someone's gonna shoot you, and guess what happened? My prediction came right. Someone did shoot up the fucking place, Nassim Agdam, but of course they didn't listen. You shouldn't do arbitrary censorship like that as a test of power. Of course somebody's gonna get pissed off and shoot up the place like I knew that back with the post office doing unreasonable shit. That's why those post offices got shot up back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, there's a documentary on that, on why they're doing so many unreasonable bullshit. Yeah, so anyway, I have another prediction. It's only a matter of time before YouTube gets shot up again. With how many people are on this platform? Over 1 billion. Well, there's a probability it's going to happen again. And anyway, that demonetization is all bullshit. Before all the apocalypse bullshit, there was no fucking problem, and that's the way it should stay. It's all bullshit how their claim was that it's not advertisers friendly. And just recently, I knew that was all bullshit. Now they're monetizing videos, even though the content creators aren't getting the money. So, I knew those advertisers didn't give a fuck where they're advertised. The point is, it gets the most eyes seeing their ads. Yep. So anyway, continuing on. Alright, we got 2020 Super Baseball. I did a live stream of this back in 2020, the year the game takes place. And of course, baseball is nothing like that today, or should I say the past now, since it's 2021. Art of Fighting 2. Now this one I can beat, although I haven't done a video on it yet. I'd like to do a video on it. Can't do a 1-credit clear, I haven't practiced it enough to do that. Cross Swords 2, one of the, I think it was 5 unique games on the Neo Geo CD that isn't on the AES or MVS. I think there's 8 unique games that are on the Neo Geo CD that wasn't on the MVS or AES, but there was some ports on other systems, like this Mahjong game that was on a 3DO. But if you want to get something really unique to the system, Cross Swords 2 is one of them. And I think was it Ironclad was one of, well, technically it was there was a digital download for the Wii, but not a physical version ported. Now we got Double Dragon. This was a fighting game, not a beat 'em up. It's a good fighting game, but I would have rather had a beat 'em up, because what was it? 40% of the Neo Geo library is fighting games. A real big chunk. It would be nice to get other genres. Here we go. We got a English version, Neo Geo CD game. As you can see, if you were looking on eBay, as long as I have, not many of the English games pop up. You can easily find the Japanese stuff and for cheap, although I haven't been looking lately. I hate to see the prices now with the stimulus checks going out. Everybody's got a little bit more money to spend. Now this one I did a 1-credit clear on. You can watch it here on YouTube. Fatal Fury 3, English one. This one has the an arranged soundtrack to it. Galaxy Fight. This is a good one. This unique about this one, there is no corners. It just loops around, so you don't have to be worried about getting stuck in a corner. Gal Kaiser. Another fighting game. Has a good soundtrack. And I bought this from the same guy that I got Fatal Fury 2. I saw they had a bunch of them. He was selling these English ones, so I written him a message. Yeah, I showed this before on another video, but I'll do it again. Here's what I wrote him. Just wondering, Terry Bogard. See, and that's why I've written to him, because he must be a big fan of Neo Geo games, because his username was Terry Bogard. And I was wondering why he was selling all his Neo Geo games, if he's a big fan. Just wondering, Terry Bogard. I just bought Gal Kaiser from you, and a couple weeks back I bought Fatal Fury 2 from you. What I was wondering, judging by your name, Terry Bogard, and profile pic, and how many mint English Neo Geo CD games you are selling. You must be a big fan of SNK Neo Geo. Just wondering why a big fan is selling everything. Are you selling it and going for a consoleized MVS, which everybody into Neo Geo seems to be doing these days? Yeah, I'm reading this through the viewfinder of the camera, so it's hard to see when it's so small. Also back in the 90s, who sold Neo Geo CD? I don't recall seeing it in stores, though I wasn't actively looking for Neo Geo things back then. I hope you don't mind me asking. Thanks in advance. And on the back, gives us a response. Sure, I don't mind you asking. I became a Neo Geo fan in the early 90s and worked as a pizza delivery boy to save and buy the gold edition AES. I quickly realized that was going to be too expensive to maintain. I sold my AES and used the money to buy the Neo Geo CD when that came out. I bought the CDs from NCSX Online and local mom and pop stores, and this import game store in San Francisco. Places back then, Babbage's EB and Games, etc., did not carry them since they were too niche back then. At this point, I just don't have the time to play and have an expanding family, so the extra money will help a lot. I'm also happy to see other collectors get something they have probably been searching for years. I know it took me years to fill some holes in my collection, but when I did, I was super happy. Hope you enjoy your game. Take care, Terry Bogard. Oh, there you go. King of Fighters 94. Yeah, I want to get that one for the AES. The load times are not bad, but it's when you lose it, it's like a troll fucking loading it. It loads up the insults that the fucking enemy says, then you have to reload the character data. It adds insult to injury. It's basically with the loading times with that. Then we got King of the Fighters 94. Basically, there's just too much data that the Geo CD doesn't have enough RAM, even though it has a lot of RAM with the King of Fighters games, because it's got 3 fighters and all that sprite data takes up a lot of room. It's not too bad for one-on-one fighters, the loading. First game I bought for the Neo Geo CD, King of the Monsters 2. Now this one's more of a beat 'em up than a wrestling game like the first one was. Real Bout Special. Now this one has the music video when you beat the game. That's unique to this one. That wasn't in the AES and MVS. And Street Hoop. Now I don't know if this was in America. It's called Street Slam, but when you put this in the system, well, my system's Japanese, but I sort of modded it. To have the American English. This is probably the only system somewhat considered modded, because the only difference between all the systems and all the regions is a little piece of metal that acts as a jumper. It's the system that tells what language should be displayed and what the frame rate. All the data for the language and whatnot is on the CDs. So I just put that little piece of metal to create a jumper. So now it's basically an American Neo Geo CD. And since that's American Neo Geo CD, the data says the game's called Street Slam. But I've never seen a CD to say Street Slam. It's either Street Hoop or Dunk Dream. That's the Japanese title of this game. So I don't know if this was ever released in America, or it was released in America with just Street Hoop. I have no idea. Alright, now moving on to the most expensive one, the Neo Geo AES. Now this one is an American original, one of the lower serial number ones, so it's got the better RGB signal. It's later models, they had the better composite at the expense of the RGB. Yeah, here we go. Low serial number. I believe the AEC means the American English. I believe if it has either the O or 0, it's Japanese. And make sure you get the right power adapter for your system. Alright, now this system to get off eBay, I was watching for like either 7 months to a year. It took a while to finally win one. Always getting outbid. Yeah, here we go. Now this particular system, I was watching it. Originally, the original listing, I got outbid. I'll put up an image of that right here. And then like a week or a month later or something like that, I saw it reappear on eBay, and I was thinking, was this guy scamming people? So I emailed the seller, and he said the last guy didn't pay, so that's why he relisted it. And the original one sold for like 400 something. Now this one I managed to win for real cheap with all the stuff that came with it. Was the system, the power, 2 controllers, the memory card, 2 AV cables. So a lot was in it for a very cheap price of $260.45 altogether, including shipping. Because usually this was selling, if you have all this stuff, it's usually selling for $600. Usually mix and match of the things. Maybe they, instead of 2 controls, it's 1 controller in a game, and so on and so forth. But usually around $500-600, more towards $600 to get a system. I hate to see what it costs now. As you can see, I got this back in 2018. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. The original May 28th listing. And I won this on July, so it was a couple months. That one was $465 of shipping and handling. My max bid was $410. Yeah, like I said before, that guy failed to pay, so it got relisted. 27 bids, 12 bidders, and me, so 13 total bidders. Next highest bid was $230. And I did $232. Yeah, I threw up my bid. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm probably not going to win this one. And then when it showed I won, I was like, really? Really, I won? That ain't a glitch or anything? Yeah, because it was so cheap. Like I said, usually they were selling for around $600, give or take. But I got lucky on that one. Now, the reason why it's so cheap, like I said, all the other people must have been looking like I have, because the American Neo Geos don't show up that often. Maybe they'll get one show up a month or so, 1 or 2 a month. Yeah. So the other people probably thought it was a scam, like I originally thought it was a scam, but nope, it was legitimate. So that's they probably didn't bid on that. I took the risk since I was looking for so long, 7 months to a year. But I finally got it, and for a good price, and with the last stuff with it. Alright. As you can see, I don't have many games. 7. I tried to get Cyberlip not too long ago, but I got outbid. That's the next game I'd like to get. Also, Burning Fight, Blues Journey, and what the hell is it? Baseball Stars, the first one. See, a lot of times it's what shows up and what's the deal. Maybe I won't get Cyberlip next if something's cheaper or whatever. Yeah, these don't show up often, so yeah, it's whatever you can find. If you can get a deal, then go get it. That takes priority. And as you can see, all these are English. Although I could get them cheaper for Japanese by like having the manuals and everything in English. Even though same thing as with the Neo Geo CD, it's the system that is what determines what languages showed up on the TV. So even if these were the Japanese games, it would show up on English since I got the US system. Although some games like this, you can they give you the option to change the language on the main menu, but not every game does that. You're usually stuck with whatever system you have. So Art of Fighting, I did a 1 credit clear on this, so watch that. I tried doing a practice run for Cross Swords. This is like it plays like Punch-Out, but it's a Punch-Out RPG in medieval times, and it's 2 players. It's a good one. Fatal Fury. Well, Fatal Fury. Also did a 1 credit clear on YouTube. Go watch that. This is probably my favorite fighting game for the system. It's I like that it doesn't have a combo system. It's more about timing a single attack to hit instead of having to memorize 50 million fucking combos. That's a pain in the ass. I hate that shit. Basically, with the timing, the 1 attack to hit, it's basically you don't have to memorize. You can just jump into the game. and get into it. You don't really need to be a master at the game. Anybody can jump into it and play it. Here we go, King of the Monsters, the reason why I got Neo Geo. Now, I originally played this back in like 91 at on the arcade at a Ground Round restaurant. Didn't get too far, and that's the only time I played that. And then fast forward to almost what is it, 18 years later, finally got it. Now the price for it, when I was looking at it, over the years, even though I wasn't actively trying to buy the system back then, it seemed to be going for $200 US CIB. I managed to get it for cheaper than that. I got it for $169, so I saved almost $30 of what it usually goes for. But then again, over the years, inflation, so the money isn't as worth as much as before. So I got it for even cheaper still. On the day of bidding at this, there was a snowstorm and the power went out for a little while. So usually I wait for the last 10 seconds to throw in my bid, so the other bidders don't change their mind and try and up it a little bit, trying to see if there's only a little bit more, then they'll be the winner. Which is what happened here. Instead of going for 10 seconds, I threw out my bid at the last 20 seconds. And that's what exactly happened. He just kept throwing up another 5. That didn't work. Okay, let's try another 5. And he just went up a little bit more. So I could have got this for a lot cheaper if I threw my last bid on the last 10 seconds instead of 20. So yeah, so I could even got it cheaper still. Here it is, bidding war. Bid war, last 30 seconds. Oh, it was the last 30 seconds, not 20. That's why I write these things down. Bid at 117 when I threw up my high bid. Then other bidder upped the bid slowly. 120, 125, 130, 135, and 150, 150, and did that 154. Yeah, like there, that's where I got the 20 seconds if I threw it in at the last 20 seconds. But I was worried the power might go out again, so that's why I gave it a little more time. Didn't want to try and bid and I have no power. Yeah, my max bid to 245. Plus the shipping, so where the hell did I get 245? Or is that the other guy? Well, whatever. Anyway, I won it. Also, Cyberlip was going. Speaking of Cyberlip, I could have got it for cheap. That I was watching that too, but I only had enough money for one of them, so I picked the one. My favorite Neo Geo AES, which is this. Also did a 1 credit clear on the hardest, so go check that out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention 1 credit clear on the hardest. These two. So anyway, I could have got Cyberlip for less than $200 if I bid for it then, but didn't have enough money for the both. The first game for the Neo Geo AES. Yep, the 001. Although I think there was 3 other games that came out at the same time, but this is considered the first one. The other games were, I believe, Baseball Stars, Top Player Golf, and the hell was it? The Magician Lord. Yeah, if you're wondering about this, some regions didn't allow seeing the leg and the boobs of the girl. So they, instead of reprinting the fucking covers, what they did is just took a magic marker and covered it up like that. What kind of gay country doesn't like looking at boobs and legs?
It appears your film has been interrupted because you're a faggot.
Alright, we got Samurai Showdown. Never played that in the arcade. I played the third one in the arcade at a Pizza Hut. Also played Puzzle Bobble. I believe those are the only 3 Neo Geo games I actually played on the in the arcade. Yeah, from my memory, maybe I played more, but that's what I remember. And the last game, the Super Spy, a first-person stabbing simulator. Well, you can also beat up the guys and use your gun, but the gun runs out pretty fast. The fists aren't as useful as the knife, so first-person stab-in simulator. And as you can see, this was taken from a NOM 1975. So if you see these markers, it was taken from a NOM 1975. I guess because the case was much better than what it came with. I guess it would be ripped up. Now this one is a hard one to beat, 1 credit clear. I'd like to do a 1 credit clear on that, but it's one of the longer games to beat. It takes like an hour and a half to beat if you know what you're doing. Also, Cross Swords, that one also takes a long time to beat. A lot of these games take under an hour to beat. I know Fatal Fury is probably the shortest one, like at 20-ish minutes. A lot of them around the 40-minute mark. These one, the Super Spy and Cross Swords are over an hour, like an hour and a half to beat. And there you go. That's my collection for the Neo Geo system consoles. Fuck, there goes my fucking tripod there, walking into it. So anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video.